All right, you're welcome to the Football Juror. And I have like few things I want to discuss today on the Juror, just a post match or match full weekend preview. Review. So that's what I just want to walk around with you guys, just to brainstorm on some of the things that happened or transpired during the week, and see your thought, or get your views on what is going on for the weekend. um, so don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, please don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share with your friends as well. Please help a brother, let's get to 1000 subscribers. And yeah, I know I didn't mention 100. Yeah, I know that you can do better, and I know you got this. I know very sure that you got this covered. So the first one is, as you see it on the on your screen, the very first one is Unai Emery. Where do we start? So I personally, I think that Unai Emery is a very fabulous and fantastic coach, by the way. Don't get it twisted for any reason. Don't think that he's done. No, he's not. He actually has a lot of things in his sleeves. But I think that he has this third season's syndrome, where he got found out and he doesn't even know where to go. Like, there's no alternatives to the way he played. I think that is the downfall he had at Arsenal as well, because there's so much team that figure him out so early, and he doesn't even know how to go about in terms of, oh, I need to change or tweak things. And I think that that is coming to haunt him at Aston Villa. And lack of recruitment and letting go of Emi Martinez also contributed to that, downfall. I would say, basically, I would just put it down to that, because I think he got a lot of covering from the fact that he has a very reliable and a very good goalkeeper in Emi Martinez. But in terms of recruitment, there's no. Let me just finish that line of thought. But since the let go of Emi Martinez, with all this United link and all those things, he let go of the goalkeeper. He always go like his fallback plan in terms of formation. So he let go of him, and I think he's been exposed so terribly this season. The next one for me was Chelsea. Enzo Maresca. Personally, let me say that I love seeing Manchester United going through so much misery. Yes, in terms of, like, in football terms, because let's be sincere with ourselves. If you've been watching if you've been watching EPL for a while now, you must have experienced the Fergie era, where they can literally do anything. Manchester United players can do anything and they will not be penalized. They can literally do anything they want and they will not still be penalized. So, and I think that now every of those things are catching up on them. Like, let's be sincere with us. Every one of those things are literally catching up on them, because now you see them that before they are very invincible, but now they are very much visible. But I think that every team has one team that looks like they cannot, like a hurdle that they can never overcome. And that is what Manchester United has become to Chelsea, basically. Before, at Arsenal, they used to be like this team that Arsenal find very difficult to play against, or to even do anything against at all. But the reality is that Arsenal's broke that hurdle, and now it's left for Chelsea to do the same. But Chelsea has been struggling so much that they are yet to be able to do that successfully against United. And I think this last Saturday becomes like maybe the 11th or 12th time that Chelsea has gone to Old Trafford without any success at all. Like they have not experienced any success at all, and that speaks volume of how it can be for teams. And by the way, let's try to break it down. It wasn't because Manchester United play fabulously well, or they are so revamped, or they have something that they just, like a magic wand that they just put out for in terms of display or formation tweak or anything. No, it was just a game of Maresca trying to be too cautious, too, like, he overthink everything in that game. He overthink every single thing. First one, yes, Sanchez made a mistake. He got red carded and he got sent off in the game, early on in the game. So as a coach, you should know that this game needed to be salvaged. So what you should do is not just panic, but put out like 2-3 outlets for United to battle against. And while you keep your midfield, especially your midfield, very solid. You know, the thing is, for me, I think immediately that happened, and one player had to be sacrificed. With the complaint he gave about Cole Palmer, I will get it, you know. So I will probably remove Cole Palmer and bring in the second goalkeeper, but maintain the same formation, maintain the same thing, maintain the same players on the field. Let them battle it out. Let them show you what they got. Let them show how serious they are. Let them show how they are willing, how much they are willing to put on the line for your team, for this team, for yourself as a manager, to prove that they have really improved as a team from last season. Let them prove something. But instead, you quickly remove your attacking force and left that team to struggle all throughout the 90 minutes. All through the night, even when Chelsea scored one goal, I never thought that game is going to end 2-2. No, I never thought about it that way. Even when they went one man down as well. So when it became 10 against 10, yes, there has been a lot of improvement with the way Chelsea play, but that is to show that there's nothing to Manchester United in the first place. So there's just so much respect going into this match, this game. There's so much of overthinking in terms of, the formation, the way I need to do this, the way I need to do that. I don't think it's worth it at the end of the day. I don't think it's really worth it. I think if you overthink all these kind of things, it's going to come back to really hurt you. And you have a lot of you have more big games to play this season. So if you are thinking like this, in terms of you are thinking like this against Liverpool, against Arsenal, for example, against Tottenham, you're going to lose all those games. Let's be sincere. You will lose all those games. Just allow your team to play. Let them prove to you that they are indeed worthy of being a Chelsea player. That would have done justice to whatever they have planned out. Unless Maresca is thinking of, I want to go and defend. Just defend and not score any goals. Don't allow them to score, but you too don't score any goals. Maybe that's what he's thinking. But I don't think any manager in their right senses will think that way, especially against a team that they have been struggling, and against a team that is really up for every team to defeat this season in Manchester United. Sorry to say, it's just a free hit, a free team for everybody to win against this season. And then the next one for me is Spurs. Let me say that the most underrated manager, yes, I mentioned underrated, yes, the most underrated manager, and yet he has a lot of things to do. He has a lot of things to offer. Is Thomas Frank. I don't know. Do I want him to manage my team like Arsenal Football Club? I think I will. The reason is it's not because of anything like too spectacular. It's just because of the fact that I think he is a genius. Let me put it that way. Yes, Thomas Frank is a genius. He know how to adapt. It can be a bit challenging, but he know how to adapt. And any coach that can adapt his system of play to any team he found himself and improve that team, I think is a genius. Let's be sincere that let's call a spade a spade. He is a genius. He adapts this team. He adapts his system, and that's something I always tell people, that the only thing that really matters, the only system any coach, any manager should play is winning system. It is not about 3-4-3, 4-3-3, 4-2-4, 4-2-4 or 4-2 or 4-1-4-1. No. It's not about all those things. It's about winning. Do you have a structure, a system, a code that will help your team to win against any opponent? That is how you should pattern your. It doesn't mean that you should not have a way that your team play. There is a way that your team play, and there is a system. There is a winning mentality that you must bring on board. So your winning mentality should be very flexible and adaptive to your team's strength, and the mentality, the style should encourage them to win, to exalt their, to put out their strength, not their weakness. But what we've seen with most coaches today is that they seems to enjoy more of showing the team's weakness other than the strength, and that for me is very, very bad. But there is a tweak to Spurs coming from behind to play 2-2 against Brighton, and that is the funny thing I've always said about Xavi Simons. Now, let's be sincere with ourselves. Xavi Simons is a very fabulous and fantastic player, but in most cases, because he's a flair player, and because for some reason I think he still think that he's still this wonder kid that was in Barcelona. I think he forgot that people have moved on. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I will have him in my team if I can, but the reality is that he just fall like for almost everything. Even if you breathe on him, he can literally fall. And I think that he should have been booked on Saturday for diving, literally speaking. I think he should have been booked on Saturday for diving. So next, I think the next one for me, I will talk on Eddie Howe and finish up with Pep Guardiola. And I think that people were not expecting what they saw with Arteta and Pep on Sunday. But before we get there, let me quickly touch on Eddie Howe. I think in terms of counter-attacking football, Eddie Howe has shown that he's the master. All right, go back. So in terms of counter-attacking football, I think everybody needs to give it to Eddie Howe. And why do I say that? They have a structure, they have a system, they have a style, they have bodies to play that system. So, and that is something that I think people should pay attention to, because I think for me, Eddie Howe represent his team literally, especially Newcastle. They are just not physical. They are a bully. I would call them bulldogs. In the Premier League, they are Premier League bulldogs. They bully you and make you feel less. Sorry to put that way, but that is how I see them. Because the reality is that, hey, this guy, they are very, very good. They are very, very good. In terms of they want to play for their manager, I think they really want to do that. And I think it was so much disappointment for all the Newcastle fan seeing the likes of Alexander Isak saying that he doesn't want to play, he want to leave. That is a huge disappointment for them. And I think that anybody that really loves football will love the fiercely, is that the word I'm looking for? Like the fire that Newcastle bring into the game. They are very, very out. They just want to win. They want to bully you. They want to run past you. They want to, they want to do everything possible to win the game of football. And I think anybody should not be blamed for that. I don't think they should be blamed for that. So, and I think they are. That's how I see them. That's how. Let me know what you think about them anyway. But the last one for me is Pep Guardiola. I think the master has become an apprentice. I'm telling you that the master has become an apprentice. No, seriously speaking, this is all jokes aside. I'm not even kidding. What will you call that kind of formation against Arsenal? Like, seriously, I'm like, okay, agreed. I'm an Arsenal fan, yes, and it's quite difficult sometimes not to defend your team, blah blah blah. Yes, you can say that, but the reality is that having your team to defend the whole 90 minutes, like packing the bus, can you imagine? Like, literally, can you imagine seeing Pep's team just hugging the touchline, like literally packing that bus for God knows how long? It's just so nerve-wracking. Like, I look at them and I was like, wow, I never thought I would see a day like this. I never thought I would see a day like this. I never thought I would see a day like that. Seriously. But then let's balance it up. Pep came very afraid, very timid. He was really afraid of what Arteta wants to do, because that shows me that Mikel is really who he said he is. He's not joking around. And I think that coaches are starting to give him the flowers that he deserves. Like, seriously, I think they are starting to give him that flower that he deserves. So you can see the bit of, and you can see even against Liverpool, I'm very sure that Arne Slot is gonna be like, please, don't score against me, please don't score. Let me just have this moment to myself. So I think that's what's going on. But I think that as well, he also overestimates City. No, don't get me wrong with that statement. I think that the game is just literally right there for him to win. City didn't come to the Emirates with the mind of winning that game. Let's be sincere. I can make that bold claim with what I saw on Saturday. that City did not come to the didn't come to the Emirates to win that game. No, no, no. They didn't. They literally come to snatch 1-0 and then pack the bus. Like, guys, just listen. Get one goal and let's run with it. Because we know this team is different. They are just different to 2-3 years ago, that we can just run them ragged and do whatever we want to do against them. Yes, there's a record that Arteta don't want to lose, but I think that if he had approached the game boldly, more boldly, I think he could have won that game hands down. I'm not even kidding. He could have won that game hands down without anybody, without that team. Because listen, with the introduction of Eze, the game literally changed. The control was completely different. So which means that, and I know that people say that, and I said that in my fan cam, I said that he played 3 defensive midfielder. Yes, with all the emotions now down, calm, everybody's now, back to their normal senses. I think that he played with the mindset of Moreno with this attacking midfielder. But then the thing is that Moreno is not the most athletic sort of midfielder. I'm not going to use intelligent, because I think everybody is intelligent, let's be sincere. But in terms of pick up the ball from the middle of the park and link the ball from the middle with your attacker, or with JUROR'S, or from that, no, he just can't do it. No, I'm not faulting him. I'm just saying that he can't. This guy cannot do that. He is very good in other things. He is very good. Let's say that we play Rice, Mikel, Moreno, and Eze. That would have worked. Because then Rice sit back to receive the ball, give it to Eze, and then Eze as number 10 feed number 8, or that give Man City more problem to deal with, because now you have Moreno that can literally arrive in the box late. You have Madueke that can literally dribble their life out and provide more option for the likes of Rice to shoot coming late into the box, or Eze to shoot coming late into the box, Moreno to shoot coming late into, and they are equally going to take hold of that midfield very well. I think that could have worked very well. But with the introduction of Zubimendi, so you have 2 defensive midfielders, or one defensive midfielder, one box-to-box midfielder, and then one supposedly attacking midfielder, but is more used to being very close to the opponent box, than sitting back or receiving the ball in his own half. It doesn't dictate play. He's not a progressive football player. Yes, he's not. Let's be sincere. He's not a progressive football player. He's more into let me finish it off. Let me just come back, do 1 or 2 tappings with the back, and then rush to the front, and then finish up whatever we start. But that is not going to happen, because there's nobody to link up that. Man City will not allow. Especially the thing is, Zubimendi is still very new to the system, so he still have a long way to go in this. And as much as I love to watch that game, I think that Arsenal threw away 2 extra points, and they just go home with a draw, and it felt like a loss, literally. So let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to give a like. Please give a like, share, and comment in the comment section below. I will see you again soon when I'm giving my Arsenal predicted 11 against Port Vale tomorrow.